Yeah, the only thing that's upset me a little bit is Australia finishing top of the medals table, but we can live with that because you mentioned the hockey there, didn't you? And England beating first ever Commonwealth goal, beating the Aussies, who are very strong in that sport. It's been a brilliant game, it really has, and I think more than anything, it's been so diverse and culturally rich. Birmingham's a very diverse, my hometown originally, and the crowds have been absolutely fantastic. The noise they've made, the athletics, the track and field. It's been a sensational games, really. I think surpassing Glasgow 2014, Manchester 2002, one of the best games yet, really. And the closing ceremony tonight will celebrate the area musically. We'll talk about that in a second if you like. But as a sporting event, second to none so far, I think, yeah.
And honestly, I mean, all credit to the organisers of the Games because, there was even the uncertainty, of course. These things are a long time in the planning. And there was even the uncertainty, 2020, 2021, were they even going to happen? So, I mean, what a phenomenal achievement for the whole city, really, and all of those volunteers as well that make this country go round. That's on the sort of social side of it, Chris. But what for you were the sporting highlights, would you say? Because I think actually some of the women's events were outstanding.
Yeah, interesting, Bev. There were more women's medals in these games than men's, 136 to 134, I think, which is a real shift in the times, isn't it? Watching it last night, I almost brought a tear to the eye seeing Laura Muir winning her gold medal in the 1500 metres, and that very emotional rendition of Flower of Scotland, and Ailish McColgan as well, emulating her mum. She won a gold and a silver. But so many highlights. The 72-year-old bowler, in the para women's pairs, Rosemary Lenton, wasn't it? 72 years old, winning a gold medal at the Commonwealth Games. Absolutely fantastic. Some great sport. The track and field's always good because there are so many strong African nations. Nigeria doing well. Obviously, you've got Kenya, always going to be strong. Jamaica as well. But great event all around. The swimming too. Who expected Adam Peaty to lose in the 100 metres? First defeat in, 7 or 8 years, and then the redemption by winning the 50 metres breaststroke. And you can see, he was smarting after losing that title, but then came back to win the one he hadn't won before, the 50. Jack Law in the diving, fantastic. The hockey I mentioned as well. And, all around, I mean, it's some of the lesser sports, and to see things like beach volleyball in the centre of Birmingham, and the crowds have just made the whole thing. The noise they've made, and there's a successful home nation. Just mentioning that the medals table, Australia. I thought England might finish top, but the Aussies 66 goals. England got 55, Scotland 12, Wales 8, Northern Ireland 7. Add all the British ones together, the home nations, and we finished above the Aussies. That's all right, isn't it? It's been great. It really has.